Welcome, my name is Doris Ann, Bridgehouse, and I wrote this book, A Complete Numerology Guide and Workbook. This is the most comprehensive book that you will ever see in any bookstore on numerology. I like to go through the table of contents to give you an idea what you will be getting, and I will also explain to you how to do certain steps. The first and most interesting, I think, is your name, because your name is your personality. And how you do your name is you take the alphabet, and I'll see if I can find the little chart, the alphabet. Here's the chart right here, your alphabet. And if you notice, the number 1 is for the number A, and then the number 1 is under number J. And that means J is the number 10th letter. And with numerology, you always break down the numbers. So 1 and 0 equals 1. And that's why you see it all under the S is also the same idea. You just keep breaking down the numbers. And this chart gives you an easy way to write out your name. Now what you're going to do with your whole name is print it out, and it's your first name, your middle name if you have one, and your last name. You do not use anything else with it. And also it has to be your birth name. So if your birth name was spelt wrong, then you would print it out as your name on your birth certificate, even if it's spelt wrong. Now, most books talk about the life path number being the most, I would say the most impressive, but I say the whole name is the most impressive because that's your personality, and how you see the world is through your personality. So, for instance, if you're a number 1, you're going to see it more like we'll say, matter of fact, I'll use the cover here. You see it as you are king and queen of your world. If you're a number 2, you see it as a sensitive person. You're number 3, you see life through communications. You're number 4, you're very home-based. If you're 5, you're very flexible. You're number 6, you need relationships. Number 7, you always like to learn. Number 8, you believe in justice. And number 9, your life is the beginning and ending of things. Constantly that happens. Now I'll talk about the next important number in your numerology is your life path number. And your life path number is very easy to do. You'll add up your century and year. For instance, mine is 1942, and then your month, which is 12, and then 4. And you add that together, and like all numbers, you break it down to a number. And I'd like to point out, too, here what the master numbers mean, because the master numbers 11 and 22 will be talked through the book. And master number 11, that's a person that wants to be sort of on the stage. At number 22, they can make money very well. And I'm being very, I would say, quick about explaining it. In the book, there'll be a lot more. The next I want to bring you to is harmony numbers. And there's a section in here about all your birthday, all the numbers. So we'll say the numbers to 9, 1 to 9, and 11 and 22, they mean something in a general basis, and I wrote the strengths and the weaknesses of each one, and the empowerment, what they mean. Another thing I wanted to bring to your attention is, and I'd like to tell you too, I have worksheets at the end of every chapter, so you'll be able to fill in the pages. And at the end, I have the celebrities' names that you'd be similar to, so you can see that. The other thing that's very important is your true self number. And your true self number is when you add your whole name number together with your life path number. So if I happen to be a number 11, so it's a number 11, and my life path number is a number 5. So you add those together, and that's a 7. And then you look up your true self numbers here. And there's over 100 of them. So each individual will have their own little story that they can read about themselves. Now I like to go to Pythagoras. He was the father of numerology, and he got this whole thing started. And what we have here, I have Pythagorean lines of expression. And you notice I have a grid here. So when you fill in your numbers from your birthday, you would put them in a special order with the grid, and it's all explained in here, so it's not as hard as it may seem. And you can see how that means certain things to certain people. There's a few of them here. And then I also have another area where I call communications and comfort level with finances. I have that filled in with the grid. You use this for your birthday. And I show everybody how to do that one too. Now we'll go to the next section. And this is, I wanted to show you at the end of the worksheet, you have plenty of grids that you can use for your friends, so you can fill in those. And you know, the more you fill them in, the more you're going to find it very easy to do. The next chapter, this is chapter 5, and this is about the year ends and the year begins. And the reason why I made a poem up for that was because now you're going to find out what your personal year is. The personal year is very easy to do. All you do is take the personal year from your day that you were born. So in other words, I was born on December 4th, so I use 12, I use 4, and then I wait for my birthday, was 2006, so 2006 is 12, 2006, 12 and 4, I add those together, and now I'm in a personal year 6. You have to be very careful that your birthday always starts, your personal year always starts on your birthday. So it's birthday to birthday. Some books say it starts in January, but how can everybody's personal year start in January? It doesn't make sense. So it's birthday to birthday. And here again, I show how it's done. I give examples. And I even have what all of that means. And then I have a chart here. Let me see. I'm going to find it for you, just to show how it was done. Here we go. It's called Transition Months Through the Personal Year. So I take my birthday, see at the bottom here, my birthday is December, and December 4th is when it starts, and your birthday is set up in 3-month intervals. So December to March is one part of my interval, and so forth. And I have it in a darkened color so you would understand it. And here again, it's explained out through the book. And this is very important for your birthdays, because what I did is for your future forecast, we'll use the year 1, for instance. I give keywords, what that means. I wrote an extensive meaning. No other book has done this. I write extensive meanings, what the year means, if you have a duplicate number. So for instance, if you're in a personal year 1 and you have a 1 in your birthday, that means something. And that's what duplicate 1s mean. So then you would read that also. And then you notice here I have a paragraph, and this is the months within the year. And how you do that, we just talked about my 2006, 12 and 4 is a personal year 6, and I just add a month with it. So we'll say this is January, so I add a number 1 with that. So January, my personal month, is the number 7. So I go to the number 7, right here, here's number 7, here's number 7, and I would write in here, in pencil, because you're going to be using this book over and over again,